Welcome to Community Insight. I'm Andre Hollywood Evans, and this is the news that brings you above and beyond the scope. And today we got an entertainment portion, and my special guest and co-host, NellieMae. Welcome.
Welcome.
And of course, we're going to be talking about a performance that's everyone's raving about, and it's called We Move in Color. It's coming up. It's going to be at the Strand, Friday the 20th and Saturday the 21st. Mr. Wyatt Jackson, who's going to be telling us more in depth. He's the executive director and story designer. We Move in Color. Please welcome Mr. Wyatt Jackson.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So what We Move in Color is an immersive art experience.
Okay.
That chronicles what we as African Americans have been through since the 1600s, when we first came over here, all the way up to Afrofuturism. Okay. And it features the artwork of Paul Goodnight, the photography of Lou Jones. We have dancers from New York, from Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., and then we have singers from the West Coast. There's a bunch of people. I can go down the list of all the people who've contributed. It's a fantastic piece. We started in 2022, and we premiered at the Strand Theater. And then we went on a national tour, and we've done the Kennedy Center in D.C. twice. And we have colleges on the West Coast that want to bring us over this year, and we're doing a lot.
Oh, wow. How did you manage to orchestrate putting something like that together?
Oh, great question.
How many performers do you have? I mean, it looks like a lot of people.
Yes. So we have 15 core cast members and about 10 contributors to the material. I wrote it along with Robbie Thomas. I'm a story designer, so what story designing is a way of bringing a multimedia together with prose, poetry, dance, music, and so on, and you make it more of an immersive experience. So that's what story design is. But I'll get to the meat of it. My background is in musical theater and musical reviews. I've been touring in Europe and doing stuff, Broadway shows, since about 1988, which is a long time. And then got into the music industry, as you know, and was with Warner Brother Records under the direction of Michael Douglas, the actor, and we did a lot of touring all over the country with hip hop and R&B music. So in those experiences, those varied experiences, I was able to make friends with people who were doing very big things. And one of those friends is Gen Rubin, who's the composer for We Move in Color. Okay. He's a Grammy Award-winning producer who has worked with Mary J. Blige and Aretha Franklin, Babyface, all these people, Clive Davis, and he did the music for the show. Oh, wow. Right? So Robbie Thomas, the executive producer, is an award-winning philanthropist, but also kind of like a poet laureate.
Really?
I mean, he's amazing. He has books out that he's published with his poetry. So we used his poetry for this. And then we have choreographers from the New York area, DC area, and so on.
Nice.
Now, this show is, how do you categorize it? Is it a play? Is it just a...
Sure.
Okay.
So in musical theater history, you have what are called musical reviews, and then you have a musical. Okay. A musical review is like a show that's based on a theme. There's no main character. Okay. They don't go through a story. Okay. It's more like the theme for us would be American history, African American history. All right. So we show different aspects of African American history with no main character. Okay. Now, even though I'm playing the storyteller, I'm not the main character. I'm just telling the story.
Okay.
Oh, right? Okay.
So in musical theater, you would have a main character going through all these things. They sing a song, then there's a dance, then something dramatic happens, and they sing another song and a dance. Oh, wow. This is done very differently.
Now, the show is very well seasoned. I understand it's a combination of jazz, R&B, and hip-hop.
So the jazz that's in the show is based on the Harlem Renaissance, what was happening during that time in history. The hip hop is based on what was going on in the 80s, the formation of hip hop culture. The R&B is what was happening in the 70s. We do a scene about the 70s. Every major movement that we as African Americans have been about we feature it in the piece.
Wow.
So what just came to mind is that have you ever made any of your plays or your musicals like out of a movie?
So people have said to us, this could be a movie.
Exactly.
Now, my background, yes, is in filmmaking. I went to school for it. Worked with Robert McKee, the person who helped more people get Oscars than any other doctor of his kind. And one of the things about film that's different than theater is that film is a visual medium, right?
Yes.
Scenes, all of that, that's all visual stuff. What we do with musical theater is we focus on words more, and we focus on songs more.
Oh,
right?
yes.
Musical reviews the same way. We focus on words and songs and dances more. So in order for us to change this to a movie, we would have to consider the visual aspects of it.
Oh, something like a movie. It's a musical and as well as a dance. I was looking at it the other day, Chicago.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Chicago's a straight up musical, right?
Okay.
Main characters and so on. There's really not a musical review that's been turned into a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been attempts, right?
Yeah.
But nothing huge.
Okay.
That's a big one. Chicago's a big one.
Yeah, it is. It is. Okay.
Wow.
So, as well, how long have you been doing your theater?
Right. So I am from the hip hop generation. The '80s was my big coming out, decade.
Yes.
I've been doing it since the '80s.
Since the 80s?
Since the
Awesome.
'80s. Since the early '80s with the Boston Youth Theater. And then I got cast in a New York production that went overseas in 1988. It was the biggest thing I've ever done was this show called Body and Soul.
Body and Soul.
It was with all Black Broadway artists, big names, huge. Linda Twine, who's actually turning 80 this Monday. George Faison, Tony Award winner for The Wiz. Graciela Danielle, big Broadway diva. Mercedes Ellington, the granddaughter of Duke Ellington.
Wow.
All these people contributed to the show. Michael Basquiat was the visual artist for the show. Roy Lichtenstein. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on
Yes.
about that show. But that was the biggest thing I've ever done, and that really got me out of the country. It was a European tour for 6 months.
Nice. Because the reason why I ask is to inspire other people from where we came from.
Sure.
To take that leap of faith, just like the other gentleman, he said, you need to take a leap of faith. And that's what you did, and I admire that about you.
Hard work.
Yeah.
And you have to be honest with yourself. If you don't know, find someone who knows. If you need to study the craft, study it. Don't skim and think you can just get by faking it.
Absolutely.
You can fake it up to a point, but then people will know that you don't have the skills. And you need to develop the skills and take very seriously the craft of storytelling, whether it's film, television, or theater.
Absolutely.
Take it serious enough to find someone to get the training or become part of an ensemble where the truth can come to you.
Absolutely.
Once you get the truth, then you can build from there. But you gotta be truthful, because the last thing you want is to get up in front of people and suck at what you do, because people will not forget when you were terrible.
That's what one person told me, and she was in Boston Casting.
That's right. They're looking to be able to say, oh, he's not.
That's right.
So get your skills down.
Yes.
Study the craft, get the technique. There's all kinds of classes online. There's all kinds of workshops you can take.
Yes.
The biggest names in show business are now doing stuff on masterclass.com. Just go to masterclass.com and you get listings of the people who are the biggest names in show business who will teach you how to do it.
Wow, that is really,
Access
really awesome.
is all over the place now.
Yeah.
There's no excuse. to not be excellent at your craft. You got to work hard, though.
Very good, very good. And tell us about this other show that you have coming up, and when is it?
Sure. So We Move in Color is the name of the
Yes.
show. It's happening in 3 places, actually, or 3 performances. One is a free show at the New England Aquarium,
Okay.
and it's going to be on the 19th of June, which is Juneteenth Day. You can go to the website of the New England Aquarium and go to their events page, scroll down, and you'll see that. And you can register for free tickets. I think you get up to 4 tickets per person for free.
Very nice.
Now that's on an IMAX screen, so an 80 by 40 screen with all of the images that are going to be on, and then we're going to be performing in front of that. Then on June 20th and 21st, as you said, a Friday and Saturday, we will be at the Strand Theater.
I can't wait to be
And that is a 7:30 curtain call.
Okay,
Right? So
right.
curtain goes up at 7:30. And you can go to wemoveincolor.com for tickets.
I'm going.
Okay.
Same as, what about the other venues you plan on having?
Sure. So we have also on the 14th of June, which is this coming weekend, we're going to be at the Juneteenth Joy Celebration in Hyde Park.
Oh.
That starts around 9:30 in the morning. It's a full day of activities with the mayor of Boston, the governor of Massachusetts, all these elected officials, plus the community are going to come out and enjoy the notion of freedom in this country with Juneteenth Joy at the
Juneteenth Joy.
It's at the Martini Shell, which is an outdoor amphitheater, and that'll be in Hyde Park.
In Hyde Park.
And it starts at 9:30.
Awesome.
So you gotta be there for that. That's gonna be another,
Yes.
all kinds of free food, all kinds of
Absolutely.
activities for children, adults. You leave with stuff, they give you things. It's wonderful.
Awesome, awesome. Very nice.
Sounds really good.
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
You ever
It
think
does.
about doing a television broadcast?
So we have, and we have thought about doing a television broadcast for a region. So instead of it
Okay.
being a local thing, 'cause it would be all the cast members, and we'd have to bring them in from different parts of the country.
Oh, wow.
We would do that, and it would have to be a part of a more regional thing, you know, a bigger budget.
Okay, yeah. I understand. I understand.
Nice. So who have you not worked with?
Oh, a lot of people.
A lot of people?
Yeah, I mean,
Because you've been naming a lot of people that you have worked with. and
Sure.
That's a lot.
So I'll just tell you, yes, I'm thankful, I'm fortunate, I'm grateful that I have been able to work with some of the biggest names in show business.
Yes.
And what I tell people is, you know, New York's just down the street from Boston. Right? So if you're fortunate enough to get into a show in New York, Broadway or some kind of movie or something, then what you do is you embrace that community. You embrace those people, and you never know which one is going to blow up to the next thing.
Right.
So if you
Yes.
become friends with
Yes.
folks and then they start taking off, well, you're friends with someone who's taking off.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
So the key is to build relationships. We're such a transactional country now. People just want to link up with you for how they can get something from you. That's not how the industry works.
No.
Oprah has her friends from the 80s of who she's really rolling with.
Wow.
I mean, she does shows with whoever, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But my point is the people that she's really rolling with, they're people who've known her forever.
Wow, that is something.
And that's the way the industry works. I was just talking with Dominique, who's the producer of this show, and one of the things I'm fascinated by, now she's from New York, right?
Yes.
She went to school here, right?
Yeah.
And she's sticking around.
Yeah.
Now, one day, Dom can become a huge television producer,
Yes.
That's
and then
true.
we can say we
Yes.
remember her when.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And then she has interns in there. She has Max,
Yeah.
and I could go on list Charles and Sajin and so on. And look, that's the crew. Right?
Yeah.
You never know where people are going to
That's
land.
right.
That's true.
So what
Absolutely.
you have to do is take the time to get to,
to
know people.
Yeah, you're right, you're
Absolutely.
right.
I've been told that,
Network.
so many times. That's right, networking. I've been getting to know people at BNN. And Andre. I got to know Andre, and he knows a lot of people, so I'm going to know in you.
That's how
You.
it works. That's how the
Yes.
industry works. It's that simple. Get to know people, treat them right.
That's
have
right.
a pleasing personality. You
Yes.
can't go wrong with that.
You can't.
And if I like ice cream and you like ice cream, let's go offer some ice cream.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
And then we get a chance to talk about that. And it's not even
Absolutely.
about the show, but I'll give you one piece of advice. All right, so which camera? All right, I'll look at this one.
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
here's the piece of advice for you. When you meet a star, don't say, oh my gosh, I'm in the business. I want to get in. How can I get in? Never do that. It's actually counterproductive. What you do is you say, oh, wow, nice to meet you. I love your work. You need to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
And then go right into saying, hey, look, I'm here in New York. Where's a good place to get some good, and you come up with the food, some good Thai food. Do you like Thai food? And if that star says, oh man, I love Thai food, let's see. And then they'll think for a minute. Oh, there's a place on 48th and 8th called, and they come up with the name. Ooh, yeah, go there. The people are excellent. Now what happens is, when you do that, you get their mind off of the business.
Yeah.
You get their mind into something that they enjoy, which is food, like you.
Right, right.
And then you follow through on what they told you. You go to the restaurant, eat the food,
Yeah.
and of course it's going to be good. When you see them again, because you might see them again,
Yes.
you say to them the second time you see them, I took your advice and I went to the place on 48th and 8th.
Nice.
That person may not remember you from Adam, right? They
Yeah.
may not remember you. But of course now they'll go like, oh, yeah, I guess I told you that, huh? Yes, you did when we met, and you could say 3 months ago or whatever. And then they'll say to you, it's always the case, 9 times out of 10.
Okay.
They say to you, so now what do you do?
I like that. I like
And
that.
then you say, oh, well, I'm an actor. Oh, really? What are you doing? So now you have, let's just say Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
You have Denzel Washington asking you,
Yeah.
so what do you do?
Oh.
And then, you know what I mean? And then it's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. And then you get into a conversation.
The ice has been
Awesome.
broken.
The
That
ice has
makes
been broken.
sense.
And he'll freak out the fact that you remember
Yeah.
the place that he told you to go to, and now you have something in common
Yeah.
with
Yes.
Denzel Washington. So that's a piece of advice.
Yep.
Take it.
Yes.
It works almost 9 times out of 10. You can't go wrong.
9 times out of 10. Okay, I'm gonna take that advice, and I hope everybody else out there taking the same advice. If you want to get further and further in life, get to know people.
Yeah, don't talk about the industry. Forget
Yeah.
that, man.
I know.
No one wants to hear, what are you up? Okay, is it possible I can get down with that? Wrong answer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wrong thing to know. Don't do it. Especially when you start getting higher and higher. No one talks about the industry. They're talking about where they just went on vacation or
Yeah.
That's true,
the
yeah.
food
Yeah.
that they ate last night. They're not talking about the industry.
Absolutely, absolutely. So one thing I want to mention is that where we came from, I never knew everybody that I knew him from a street that we used to live on. We came from the same place, and I just want to say, I just want to say thank you because. No, I mean, I never met no one as big as you. I never would think that, we would come off the same street. Never.
Look, we're everywhere.
Everywhere.
And I mean, here's the thing, right?
We're everywhere.
We're in Brookline right now,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so Brookline was always the space that I just drove through. And I never hung out here, right?
Oh, right, right.
But here's the thing, we hung out in Boston.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when I first came in the studio and I looked at you, I said, I know you from somewhere. You know,
Yeah, I couldn't.
Right.
Yeah, put my mind
So
on it.
we've been in the same
Yes.
spaces.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's so awesome. You never know who the Most High God have you to meet.
That's right.
That's it. Wow.
So let me ask you all some questions.
Yeah.
So what is it like being on this show?
What is it like? I feel different. I love it. I love it. The people, the directors, they are so nice.
Yeah, Dominique was really nice.
Yeah,
And Max
she
gave you the
is.
water. I mean, we got a good crew here.
And I feel very confident because the reason why I feel very confident is to get to talk with other people, get to know them, you know, bring out a different side in me. And that's, you know, I'm a people's person.
I see.
And I love it.
There you go. And what about you, man? Because you called me to do this.
Yes,
I've known
I
you
did.
for a long time.
I've been trying to get a hold of you for a long
What
time.
is
I
it
need to get that.
like doing this?
Oh, it's wonderful, man. I mean, I have a good time. I get to meet people. You know, it inspires me. It keeps me moving. I'm motivated. You know, I like to move in color myself.
Hey.
I'm proud to be black. I'm proud to, you know, have something I can call my own.
Sure.
And the people that helped me to get here.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
How I feel.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
You've been doing this for a long time.
Oh, yes, I sure have. Oh. I started small. I met Maurice. He's the one that kind of pushed me.
Yes.
Myself, him, and a friend of mine. We drove to New York. He introduced me to all these people, all the record producers, Clive Davis, Noah Jollis, and the list goes on. You know.
Absolutely.
And the funny thing is, when we drove to New York, we didn't even talk about the industry.
Now, see, that's
We
what I'm
didn't.
saying.
Wow.
What do you do?
Wow.
I just
Talking
graduated
about-
from Boston Neighborhood Network. I'm a producer. I'm actually going to produce a show called Video Flavor, Top 40 R&B. Oh, really? Oh, let's go meet some people. And that was it. Then it was on. It was on for me. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow. Well, see what happens. We're talking about it, and this is a conversation.
Yeah, it is.
So I
It
got a
is.
couple of book recommendations for your audience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Okay.
Pick it up. That's the one that was written by Napoleon Hill back in 1937. It's a book that talks about how if you have a definite major purpose in life, a definite chief aim, write it down, get it down on paper, and look at it
Absolutely.
every morning and every night before you go to bed.
That's
and
true.
what will start to happen is your subconscious mind will start to play things out. And you'll meet people, wow, wait a minute, you do that? Wow, well, this is what I do. And then you change the subject, remember?
Yeah,
Talk about
yeah.
something else.
Yeah.
And then what happens is you get into a community of people.
Yes.
So that's Think and Grow Rich. Of course, there are other books, but I think that's the one.
Yeah.
Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich.
Napoleon Hill.
Been around for a long time. Bruce Lee read it when he was coming up
Wow,
in the industry.
really?
Kendrick Lamar just finished reading it, and he said in an interview that if it was not for that book, he would not have made it.
Wow.
I read it when I was
Yes.
straight out of high school. I kind of graduated not knowing how to read that well. So I went downtown in Boston, quick story. I went downtown to Barnes & Noble that was across the street from Filene's, and I said, I'm gonna go in this bookstore and I'm gonna find a book and read it.
Wow.
Right?
That's nice.
So I came across Think and Grow Rich, and the way I taught myself how to read was I rewrote the book in a journal.
Interesting.
So I just took whole
Yeah, very.
chapters and just rewrote the book.
Wow.
And I didn't know that I was programming my mind to start thinking
Yes.
in very big ways. And it turns out that the book is a classic. It's been around for a long time.
Oh my
and has helped
goodness.
more people
Yes.
become millionaires, second to the
Yes.
Bible.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I understand.
That's the book. Now look at this is it. Now if you follow through on that one, your life will be different. Get the book.
I will.
Get the book.
I'm gonna get the book.
Watch what
Most
happens.
definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
Most definitely, because
Finally said it. Get the book.
yeah, I'm gonna go further. I'm gonna go further, like, and not only just for me, but to inspire other people as well. That is my goal. I believe that is my duty here upon the earth, is to inspire. It is to inspire other people.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yes,
what you
not
do.
Yes.
exactly, because I see a lot of other people being inspired by other people. Just like I was telling them, Michael Bivins inspired me.
Yes, he's
Yeah.
a wonderful man.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, that's what the show is about. It provides a platform, and not just community, but for services that are being offered for like people like myself, kids with learning disabilities, you know, seniors, elderly. It's a general demographic,
Sure.
and it's open to everyone. And it's all about services that are being provided, you know, such as affordable housing, educational development, law enforcement, transportation, things like that.
Sure.
And people just can't get enough of it. You know, I came up with a huge concept, and this is what I do. And I'm proud of this, you know, so. But unfortunately, we're out of time. But, you know, it goes fast. But I want to thank Mr. Wyatt Jackson for being here today. And, of course, my co-host, NellieMae. And just want to, where can people find you when they want more information?
WJStoryDesign.com.
Okay.
WJStoryDesign.
Okay, great.
All of what I talked about is on that website.
Okay, great,
Nice.
great. And you can check us out Mondays at 2 p.m. on Channel 15, most of your local stations, and coming soon, Cambridge on Tuesdays on Channel 9 at 7 p.m. And you can also check us out on my website at thebeantv.com. That's thebeantv.com. Again, I want to thank my special guests. We'll see you again next week. I'm Andre Hollywood Evans. And again, we'll see you next week.